Hello there. Just a little update on what I've been up to during this quarantine kind of lockdown situation we've been in. Besides distance learning, I've been trying to keep busy with different projects and hobbies that I have. One of them was found some extra wood laying around in my workspace, and I thought I should build a birdhouse. So I went out and got everything together and built this birdhouse. We have a similar one out front that last year we had some chickadees use, and I actually put this one out on my side table to let the stain dry a couple days ago, and immediately 2 chickadees were climbing in and out of it. So I had to bring it back inside so they didn't build a nest on the table there, and hurry up and fashioned a post to put underneath it. Not really the type of post I would normally put under one of my birdhouses, but it's all I had in the basement, and I'm not going to go to the store right now and try to find a thicker one. You can always replace it after this year. And we have some other exciting news. Last year we had some purple martins nest on the side of our house. There was a little piece of siding that had been pulled away over the winter, and before we can get up and put it back up there, we heard some chirping going on and looked in there, peeked in there, and we saw a little nest with some babies in it. And so we left it so they could use it as a nest, and left it open this winter, and sure enough we have a couple purple martins building a nest in the same spot. So I don't know if it's the same ones or not. I didn't ask them their name last year, so maybe I'll ask them this year and see if they're going to keep coming back. I'm going to show you a little bit of my garden here. Starting to get the garden going, and it's kind of exciting news there. So we were out cleaning up the garden beds a couple days ago and getting all the old leaves and debris from winter out of the garden, and came across this part here. We kind of have it hidden now, but I'll kind of open it up a little bit so you can see what was going on here. Last year we very unsuccessfully planted some strawberry plants, see how many strawberries we could get, and well, we weren't very successful. I think we had one tiny little strawberry, and that was about it. So we figured we'd do a different crop this year, but when we came out and cleaned up the bed, as you can see right here, we have a strawberry plant coming up. So I covered it up with a little bit of leaves here because we're still getting some pretty cool evenings, cool nights. Give it a little bit of protection. Put some of this deer netting over it to keep the rabbits and squirrels away, because they were kind of our nemesis last year with this plant. And we'll see what we get this year. But that's pretty exciting news. It's kind of nice to see, especially this time of year, and with everything else going on, it's nice to see some new life coming out and some spring growth happening. And I'll take you over here on the other side of the garden and cleaning up all these beds, and we got a nice pile of mulch here that we'll use. Instead of buying mulch from the store, we're going to use this mulch that we've collected in our yard, and we're going to put it all through the different pathways along our gardens. Kind of reuse and conserve what we have there. Maybe this summer I'll give you an update on what the gardens look like in the summertime. The other thing I'm going to be doing is building this sweet 1976 Chevy Sport step-side pickup 4x4 model. It's not really what I wanted to order, but it was the only model that was going to show up before mid-May on Amazon. So I ended up going with this one. It'll be something to do. Another project I've been working on is trying to figure out how I could teach from home and be as effective or close to as effective as we can be inside the classroom. So I came to one of my favorite places I can ever be, is my shed. I love working in my shed. I love relaxing in my shed. It's a great place to get away. It's also a great place to teach. So I made a blackboard out of a piece of wood, and I can use it as my chalkboard and teach about music right here. Look for some music theory in about a minute videos from the shed. Another thing I've been doing a lot lately during this distance learning extra time that we have at night around the house is doing some reading. I just read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Great book, highly recommend it. I was going to read this back in middle school and somehow I never got around to it. Whoops. So I came back to it. One of my great students gave me a Barnes & Noble gift card for Christmas this year, and this is one of the books that I picked up with that gift card in January and started reading it a couple weeks ago and thoroughly enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. So I have to figure out what I'm going to read next. Maybe Huck Finn. I did read that one in middle school, but maybe I'll read it again.